Okay then, so the first thing we want to do is create that header and the nav bar at the top of the page. So before we actually create the nav bar, I'm going to create a header tag first of all. And what I'd like to do is give this header a background image. Remember that guy that sat at the top with the paint from his eyes? That's going to be the background image of our header. Now, this is one of the very few times I'm going to be using my own custom CSS to do this, because I don't think there's anything really in Materialize that can do what I want this to do here. I just want to apply a background image to this header and make the header a fixed height. So let's go to the top up here, and what I'll do underneath the title is just add in a style tag, and inside there we'll do the header tag for our selector. And then all we want to do is give this a background image first of all, and it will be a URL because we want to load in an image, and that URL is going to point to this image right here, man. So we need to go inside the image folder, then to man.jpg. So we can say img for the folder / man.jpg. All right, so the background size is going to be cover. So that basically means cover what's available to us, right? We want to make it the available width. Now the background position is going to be in the center, so that the face is always centrally aligned. Then we're going to give this a min height as well of around about 1000 pixels. Okay, so if we save that and view this in a browser so far, we can see that image there now. This is the header. I'm going to zoom out a touch just to make it 100%. Okay, so this is the header now, right? Now, when we get to smaller screens like this, we don't want it to be this tall, because then a user is going to have to scroll down all this way just to get to the content at the bottom of the image. So what we'll do for smaller screens is make this a little bit smaller, maybe 500 pixels in height or something like that. So we'll add in a media query first of all to target screens, and where the max -width is going to be around about 670 pixels. Okay, so at this point we want our header to be a min height of around about 500 pixels, so half the height. So now if we zoom over here, we can see that this is the image now for mobile devices. And as we get larger, then the image grows bigger as well for desktops. All right, so that's the background image done. The next thing we want to do is tackle that nav bar. So let's first of all create a nav and give this a class of nav-wrapper. We've seen all of this before. We create a nav with nav wrapper to create that navigation to begin with. And if I save this now and view it in a browser, we can see that over there at the top. I'm going to zoom in just a touch again so we can see that a bit clearer. Then what I'll do is color this a better color, or rather, in fact, we'll color this transparent. Can I spell transparent? No, I think it's an E there. Okay, so let's save that. And now we can see that that nav bar right there doesn't have any background color. But if you look closely over here on the right, you can see a little shadow. See right here? This is where the nav bar ends. It still has that shadow, which is quite nice. Okay, so there's the nav wrapper at the top. The next thing we want to do is add all the content inside. Now, I want to create a container so that I'm centralizing all of my content and it doesn't start over here. It's going to start over here and end here or something, rather than the edges. So let's create that div with a class of container, first of all. All right, and inside this, the first thing we want to do is a brand logo, or the site title, if you will. So an anchor tag, and that's going to have a class of brand-logo. Remember, this is the class we saw way back in the navigation tutorial. All right, so let's call this Photo Ninja. All right, so if we save that and view it, we should see that over here looking good. All right, the next thing we want to do after this is to create some kind of UL for all the different links. So we'll say UL, and then we'll give this a class of right, so it floats over to the right. And we also want to hide this on medium-sized screens and down, because that's when the mobile menu is going to take effect. So we'll give this a class also of hide on med and down. All right, so this is the UL with the different links. The first one inside is going to have an anchor tag, and this will go nowhere. So let's just put a normal hash in there for now, and we'll call this one photos, and we'll do the same thing twice down there, but this one is going to be services. And then finally, we'll do contact. So they are basically the three big sections in the website, right? And we'll link those up later when we create those sections. All right then, so now we'll create a mobile menu. And to do that, we'll create another UL. Now you could add it outside the header if you wanted to. It doesn't really matter. I'm adding it right here. So I'll say ul.side nav. And then this will be gray background. And we'll lighten it a little bit. So we'll say lighten -2. And we'll also give this an ID equal to mobile menu, just so we can target this later on. And then what we'd like to do is just copy these links right here, because we're going to show the same links for a mobile as we would on the desktop. So let's scoot those back. All right, so we have those there now. Now, if we save this and view in a browser, we can see those right there. But as we get to a smaller screen, they're going to disappear. Now, we have this UL over here, but we're not actually showing it on the screen yet. We need some kind of button in the navbar so that that UL shows and pops out from the side. So let's create that button first of all. Let's go underneath the title over here and add in another anchor tag, this time with a class of side nav -trigger, and we'll also give this a data -target attribute and set that equal to the ID that we created right down here. So that is going to be mobile -menu, and inside we want an icon. So enter in and then i.material -icons, and we want the menu icon right there. Okay then, so if we save this now, we should see that icon, but if we click on it, nothing yet happens. We need to initialize this in the JavaScript. So let's do that first of all. Let's go down to the JavaScript and come over here. And then all we need to do is get a hold of the side nav, which is this thing right here. So we'll say jQuery.side nav, and then we need to use a method called side nav, and that is going to initialize this for us. So let's save it and see if this works. Woohoo! It does. All right, so now we have our links over there for the desktop, and as we get smaller for mobile screens, we can see that now the links pop out from the left. So that was simple, right? We've created our header and also now our navbar in the top.